Hello, welcome back to Cindy's Library. This is Cindy, and I'm going to talk today about what I've managed to read in the past week. So let's get to it. We start with Dante's Divine Comedy, third part, Paraiso. So this is the Dorothy L. Sayers and Barbara Reynolds translation, for those wondering. And yes, indeed, in this volume, we are finally up in heaven with Beatrice. Virgil has gone and turned our pilgrim Dante over to Beatrice. Now, if one were to say this is not the most exciting parts of the Divine Comedy, on the one hand, I can't say that you're exactly wrong. We meet tons of different saints and various attitudes of bliss. And Dante has a lot of questions answered, or in some cases, not answered. But probably one of the most interesting things for me about this was I finally get where C.S. Lewis got his medieval view of the cosmology. He's just following Dante, basically, especially when it comes to the planets, which we visit all of them in here, at least according to the medieval model, we visit all of them. And so now I'm starting to piece those pieces together, which is kind of cool. The books do talk to each other. Then I read Farther Afield by Miss Reed. Oh, it is summer break. Miss Reed has sent the children off, closed the school for the last time for 6 weeks in the middle of summer, and she is looking forward to a bit of a sadly, by the second chapter, she has an accident and falls down the stairs and breaks her arm and sprains her leg. Not exactly what she was planning on for this summer vacation. However, not to fear, her friend Amy is there for the rescue. And Amy and Miss Reed, they've been friends since at least teaching college. And so Amy helps take charge of things, including Miss Reed herself, takes her over to her own house for a good week while she gets over the first part of recovering, to the hospital and everything. And then she suggests they go on a vacation to Cyprus, which they end up doing. Miss Reed's troubles are a bit more visible in this case. Poor thing, having to stay off her foot and her arm in a sling. But Amy has her own challenges, and so we see both of them face some of those challenges during this summer vacation. And we get some beautiful descriptions of Crete too. So quite enjoyable. Might not be the heart of Fairacre, but it's closer than some of the other books I have read, which is great. Of course, I had to read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Not sure if you can see the lettering on it. It's in shiny material, but oh, I just love A Christmas Carol. Definitely puts one into the holiday mood, or at least it does me. It is a story of a miser, Ebenezer Scrooge, and he is visited by various ghosts who help him re-examine his past and his present and consider his future, and perhaps encourages him to have a new view of things, shall we say. And yes, I am totally a fan of A Muppet Christmas Carol. It's one of the best adaptations. And I also read Mystery in White, a Christmas crime story. This is by Jefferson Farjeon. Probably saying that incorrectly, and I apologize for that. Farjeon. It's a British crime classic, and I greatly enjoyed it. So, it is, I think it's Christmas Eve, and England, in fact, I think we can say Britain, gets hit with heavy snow, and we meet a group of people on a train, and well, the train gets stuck and it's not moving anytime soon. But some of our passengers who've met each other are intrepid and want to try and get to the next station. Well, the snow keeps going harder and they have to abandon that idea. So, what they do is they find this house. Bit of a manor house, I think. In any case, they find it, and what a relief to get out of the snow. Except there's no one there, but the front door was open, and multiple fires are going, and tea is laid out, and a kettle is boiling over in the kitchen. There's something eerie going on with this house. And the longer they stay there, the more eerie things happen. And so, of course, our intrepid group here has to figure out exactly what is going on before anything more bad happens than the weather. So, yeah, I got through that one. That was generally as enjoyable as any Golden Age mystery I have read. Perhaps not as enjoyable as the best, but as enjoyable generally speaking as any as I've read. So I'm glad to have read it. Glad to have read all of these. I can say I have read all of Dante this year. Well, I think that covers everything for this week. This next week is going to be a bit of a wild card, including for this channel potentially. So we will just have to see what happens with that. But I've got some potential Christmas short stories to slip in. And yeah, I think we will leave it at that for the moment. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. Love to hear what your Christmas reading involves this year or how it's going. So thank you so much again for stopping by, and I hope we all stay safe and healthy, especially in this festive season. Merry Christmas and happy reading.